a report from some guy named Jedi Goodman, and you can't even call this shit a report, says that Terence Crawford did somewhere between 75,000 and 100,000 pay-per-view buys. And I did some research on him. He got like a website as a producer or some shit. And quite honestly, no disrespect to dude, but I ain't never heard of him before. So I'm not going to say that this report about Terence Crawford doing 100,000 pay-per-view buys is credible at all, but we are going to talk about it in this video. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live every Sunday morning with KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday morning is 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Look, bro, all the Terence Crawford fans that come by the channel trying to call me a hater and shit, I need you to keep in mind, I could just go off and talk about how this shit a flop, how he only did 75,000 pay-per-view buys, and I could do that shit, because there's a lot of people that's choosing to do that shit right now. But I only use credible sources. My boy L-Dub Boxing, big fighter, big reporters and journalists in the game who are known to be credible sources. Again, no disrespect to Jedi Goodman, but I don't know him, bro. I ain't never seen him break no news like talking about. So he's claiming that it did 75,000 to 100,000 pay-per-view buys with Terence Crawford and Israel Madrimov. I can't confirm them numbers, so I'm not going to sit up here and say that's what he did. What I will say is that your live gate has always been a good indication of what your pay-per-view is doing. Usually when somebody does a good live gate, the pay-per-view numbers correspond with that, and the pay-per-view numbers are good. So Canelo, Jaime Munguia, good live gate, good pay-per-view numbers. Tank Davis, Frank Martin, good live gate, good pay-per-view numbers. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, good live gate, good pay-per-view numbers. Canelo Alvarez, Jamel Charlo, good live gate, good pay-per-view numbers. Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, good live gate, good pay-per-view numbers. So that shit has always corresponded with the type of success that you're going to have digitally based on how your live gate goes. And Turki Alalshikh giving away tickets. They reportedly were giving away thousands of tickets to the event. They had to slash prices because the tickets weren't selling. So that does show you that they probably weren't going to do the best pay-per-view numbers. And when the reports were coming around about them only doing losing $10 million in revenue in that fight, I mean, it goes par for the course. The man lost a ton of money on Joshua and Ngannou, lost a ton of money on Fury and Ngannou, lost a ton of money on Usyk and Fury, and now he lost a ton of money on Crawford and Madrimov. So this is no surprise that people are reporting or speculating, I should say, that the pay-per-view absolutely completely bombed. And a lot of the zone pay-per-view bombs. That's just what it is. It bombed. It was an $80 card. The zone doesn't have the huge amount of subscribers in the first place, and then they wanted you to buy it for $80, but they give you $10 off if you get a subscription at the same time. It just, it's not set up for success in my personal opinion. But with this situation, you can see why Bud Crawford is trying to really, really press for the Canelo Alvarez fight, because Canelo is that bag to where he can get that 20, 30 million, that type of Errol Spence payday that he's looking for. What Bud Crawford doesn't want, and what his fans don't want, is that his biggest payday to always and forever be tied to Errol Spence Jr., because they want the man to be a star. They want him to have become a super duper star after beating Errol Spence, and it's just not happened yet. It's similar to what happened with Canelo Alvarez and Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol handedly beat Canelo Alvarez. Bud Crawford did Earl way worse than Bivol was able to do Canelo. However, in the case of Dimitri Bivol, he's still arbitrary. He's still not really a name. Still ain't selling no tickets. And no one's really checking for him. For Terence Bud Crawford, he was supposed to be this big star. He beat Spence. That was his coming out party. That was his Super Bowl. Put on a phenomenal performance. Much to the chagrin of myself as an Errol Spence fan. And he was supposed to take off. His fans started calling him the face of boxing. You see Bud everywhere. So Bud Crawford is a superstar now. He went on his whole victory tour, right? And it was supposed to make him a bigger star, beating Errol Spence Jr. And based off of what's going on with Israel Madrimov, it just didn't happen, bro. And much of it is that if people don't, if the general public ain't really fucking with you, then the general public ain't fucking with you. He got a very radical, very rabid, very diehard fan base that's gonna rock out with Terence Bud Crawford no matter what. But as far as the general public is concerned, as far as the casual boxing fan is concerned, they ain't really fucking with Bud Crawford. And that's why Bud Crawford is all about his guarantees and shit. He ain't trying to hear that back end shit. He ain't trying to hear getting paid off of the revenue and shit. He trying to make sure his guarantee is as high as possible. Because he don't really care about selling. And I ain't going to say he don't care about selling. It's more so that, you know, he can't sell. And I think that's why he's holding on to that Canelo shit so much. Because if Turki is smart, Turki going to look at them numbers. He going to be like, bud, I can't pay you $10, $15 million to fight another low level. And I ain't going to call Majumov a good fight, but low level in terms of the ability for this fight to generate revenue, because Bud's supposed to be the face of his company. You can't be losing money for the face of your company, and the only way that I think Bud can come close to them Earl Spence type of views and revenue and pay-per-views and shit, he gonna have to fight them big fights over there at 154 pounds with the fighters that we want to see. I think him and Jermell Charlo has a potential to be big. I think him and the Fundora Spence winner has a potential to be big, specifically if Spence is able to beat Fundora. Spence Crawford 2, Crawford Spence 2, huge fight. I think Tim Tszyu, if Tim Tszyu is able to beat Bakram Murtazaliev, I think with Tim Tszyu's Australian backing and Terence Crawford's fans, if they can come together and do a fight. So it's some big fights to where he can kind of get out of that shadow. But I mean, I know it's got to be very, very frustrating for him and his fan base. You think the guy's arrived. You think he's going to be a superstar. You think he's going to be a big Riyadh season, Turkey sparing no expenses, only for everything about that event to flop. From people are complaining about the production because it was a 7-8 hour event. You got boxing fans like, yo, I didn't tune into this shit for a concert with Eminem and shit. You got it losing $10 million reportedly. Now people are starting to speculate and report that it did less than 100,000 pay-per-view buys. Just bad all around, bro. And so that's why you can see the frustration from Terence Crawford lashing out at Canelo Alvarez, when in reality, Canelo is doing to Bud what Bud is doing to Boots, and Bud think he's above that. Bud is like, yo, y'all want me to fight Boots? He don't bring shit to the table for me, so shit, you got to make that money right now. Fight him for the right amount, and the right amount is X amount of dollars. Because why? Boots is a risk to him. Boots is somebody that, you know, he gains nothing from. Boots can't bring nothing to him. It's the same thing for Canelo Alvarez. Bud Crawford, you're a voluntary defense. You coming up 2 or 3 weight classes. I'm not going to get any credit for beating you. Make the money right. And Bud Crawford's complaint is that, well, shit, you fought these other smaller guys and this other person, yeah, but they didn't have the backing that you got. You got that big bread, right? You got that big bread. You got Turki willing to overpay Majumov. He going to overpay me too. He overpaying your ass. He going to overpay me too. Well, how is he overpaying him, KO? Everybody on that card got overpaid. If everybody on that card wasn't overpaid, then they wouldn't have lost the amount of money they lost. He's overpaid Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. When Anthony Joshua fought in Ngannou, they both fucking overpaid drastically. That's why they lost $54 million on that fight. Shit. When Fury fought in Ngannou, they both were overpaid drastically. That's why they lost a ton of money on that fight. A ton of money on that fight, bro. Fury and Usyk, crazily overpaid. They lost a ton of money on that fight. Bud and Majumov and the people on that card, overpaid. Lost a ton of money on that fight. So, what Turki is trying to reconcile is, what's up with me getting Canelo and Tank? Like, I can get all these other people to bend their knee because I'm paying them. I'm throwing money at them. But when I throw money at Canelo, when I try to big boy Canelo, he barked back. And then we've seen Turki's MO is that if you do that shit, he's just gonna try to buy out the competition and he's gonna try to compete with you if he don't get his way with you. That's why you're seeing the UFC card on the same night as the Canelo Alvarez card. Shit, Turki got some shit going on with BoxRec. I'm gonna shoot another video on it, but he don't like that BoxRec wouldn't let him buy them out. And now he's trying to literally rewrite history in boxing. He's literally trying to rewrite history in boxing by taking his partnership with the WBA and moving it on to a whole nother platform. And BoxRec is one of the few objective platforms to just keep the records and shit. Now they ain't even keeping records of the WBA no more because he took WBA out of there. This is the danger of Turki that y'all need to understand. Go look it up. Go look up Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. They fought for Tank Davis WBA championship. You won't even see that shit on BoxRec. You just see that they fought. You'll see that Tank won. You won't even see that WBA belt is on the line. Go look at Terence Crawford's BoxRec. You'll see Terence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov. You look up under that mud, you won't even know that they fought for a title other than the WBO interim. So BoxRec doesn't even keep the records for the WBA no more. That shit dangerous, bro. That shit dangerous. You know when people try to take shit and basically buy the history and buy the record books, that's because they want to be able to change history. They want to be able to control some shit, control the narrative and shit. They do it right here in America all the time. All the history, we found out that all the history that we learned in the history books in school, that shit was fake. That shit ain't really happened. But because they had the power, they was able to rewrite history. In my generation, because I'm an 80s baby, we learned a bunch of shit in school that ain't even true. Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit. Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit. And Thanksgiving was not about the Pilgrims and the Indians sharing the shit. They was over there massacring them Native Americans, bro, doing them greasy. But that ain't what we was taught, though. Y'all better wake up, dog. You think this man wanna control the record books and who can keep the records of the people that he got partnerships with and getting all these deals and shit? Y'all think he doing that shit for no reason, bro? Y'all motherfuckers, dog. Y'all better wake up. But that's a whole nother. I could go off on a whole tangent. As a matter of fact, it's Saturday, so I go ahead and make this shit a two-part. I make this a two-part because I ain't shooting no videos tomorrow. So we'll get to it. So Turki has decided that he ain't fucking with BoxRec because he wanted to buy BoxRec, and BoxRec was like, fuck no, we objective. We're not finna be bought by somebody that's putting on fights. Like, your interest in the records is you got a vested interest in the record books because you in the game of boxing, making fights and shit. So no, we ain't selling that shit to you. Turki, as a result, got mad, went to another platform. I believe it's Fight Facts or some shit, and now the WBA BoxRec has not keeping any record of the WBA shit because the WBA took all of their records and they copied what BoxRec was doing and fed them over to this other company called Fight Facts, at the behest of Turki Alalshikh, in my opinion, because all this shit went down, all this shit happened when Turki decided to go into partnership with the WBA. Like, at least other promoters and other sanctioning and other entities in boxing, they had the decency to do the shit behind our backs. Like, we could say whatever Bob orders, but Bob Arum just went into a blatant partnership with the WBO. Just blatantly, I'm with the WBO. Here you go. Just blatantly, just a partnership to where they, like, we know that they pretty much gonna do what Bob Arum do, but at least he got the decency to do the shit behind closed doors. Turki playing right in your face and don't even give a fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna sign my partnership with the WBA. I'm gonna run them. I'm gonna sign my partnership with them. I'm gonna run their ass. And then BoxRec, y'all wouldn't let me buy y'all. WBA, take your records and move them over here. This is how we move. So now, as a result, you go look at all the Tank Davis WBA titles and shit. Go look at them, bro. All them hoes is gone. It look like he just fighting regular fights. Him versus Leo Santa Cruz, regular fight. Him versus Mario Barrios, regular fight. No WBA title on the line. Him versus Frank Martin, regular fight. No WBA title on the line. That shit dangerous, bro. That shit dangerous. And the same people that criticized Top Rank and ESPN when they tried to make Lomachenko win go away, they ain't talking about this shit right here at all, and it's a big deal. Do you really want somebody that's making fights, that's a promoter? Do you also want them to be able to control the record keeping of our sport? Do you really want that? These tapes be aging like fine wine, and y'all love y'all so blinded, bro. You love you some Turki. You love you some Turki, bro. Don't even eat turkey for real. Eat all kind of unhealthy shit. Probably eat beef, pork, goat, lamb chops, all kind of red meat. Tan that shit up. Don't even eat turkey. Only bird you eat is chicken. And it gotta be fried, most of it. But let Turki come around. Boy, y'all eating up everything he say. And ain't even paying attention to the plate, bro. That's all right. Y'all will see. I hope y'all don't realize it before it's too late. I hope y'all don't realize it before it's too late. Because if you do, Don't come back like, damn, KO, you was right, bro. Turkey tripping, bro. You was right, fam. Y'all better go read that story, man. Look at these articles. Do your research. That man ain't coming to play. He ain't coming to do shit for you. He ain't coming to do nothing but take this bitch over and take it back to his people and be like, look, y'all, I accomplished the takeover. I accomplished that shit. Look at what I did, y'all. Holla at your boy. That's all it is, man. And y'all gonna be dumb enough to let him do it. Y'all want Turkey controlling y'all books? Controlling your records? Fucking you can't even go to BoxRec and get your information no more. If you want to know how many title defenses Tank Davis had in the WBA, man, you can't see that shit no more. If you want to know how Terence Crawford, he ain't even 2-time undisputed in the WBA no more. I mean, in BoxRec no more. And last but not least, bro, he ain't even a champion right now at 154 according to BoxRec. All cause Turki Alalshikh. Y'all keep playing with me, bro. But that's all I got right now. We'll go live on it Monday. I'll see y'all soon. We out of here. Peace.